Hey there, Bronco fanatics. Keith with Rising Phoenix Bronco, and we're getting ready to put on our Lizardskin temperature control. Wanted to go over the existing sound deadening to show you how it all came out, and much different sounding than, you don't get that ring anymore when you do it. Interesting point is when we sprayed it, these were all solid, but as it dried it contracted, and so that kind of tightens up the metal and gives you a much more solid sound to your tub. So very glad we did it, underneath here, nice and solid, and we're going to get ready to spray the thermal control next. All right, we're getting ready to spray the ceramic insulation, and we're mixing it up right now. It is much thicker than the sound control is, but lighter. It's obviously got a lot of little ceramic balls in it. And we're just mixing it up to keep it from skinning over before we pour it in the cup. And we'll have to play with the adjustment on the spray rig to make sure we're getting the right amount. Hey, good morning, guys, and well, I guess you're Bronco fanatics if you're watching this. I must be. It's 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning. Sprayed the first coat of the ceramic on the Bronco yesterday, and honestly, when I was applying it, because it's kind of a thicker consistency, I was really concerned about whether or not it was going to dry out and be like flaky. I don't, like I could crumble it with my hands, but hey, it's done. It gives you a smoother finish. It's not rubbing off on my hands. It does feel different. And what I mean by that is it's almost like you feel like you're rubbing against styrofoam. I mean, it's got a definite feel to it. And when you rub this thing, it just feels weird. It's not like paint or anything. And it feels like it's eroding. But nah, there's no, I mean, paper towel's eroding, so I guess it's durable. They do sell a top coat. Okay, and we're done spraying Lizardskin ceramic insulation. So coat number 2, all done, just gotta let it dry. All right, so we are done. Things look pretty good. Okay, when I talk about hating the 90-degree tip for spraying up underneath the cowl, I repainted my engine bay already, and I of course covered it with plastic, and wisely so, and I don't know if you can see it in here, but there are, and you can just tell, lots of them here, and then as you get further away, there's just a few here and there. So that spray tip does spatter a lot. It comes off the plastic real easily, but you definitely want to, maybe this angle right here, you can kind of see the amount of spatter, and then it gets less. So definitely want to make sure you tape off, cover anything. I've got plastic all the way around. Didn't protect the AMC Pacer though. but that's because who would know, right? I mean, come on. All right. Well, I finished spraying it yesterday. It's drying. They say 24 hours. I talked with Mark over at Lizardskin, and he said, Keith, you're at 80-something degrees there in Arizona with 15% humidity. It's probably dry already. If you wait 24 hours, you're good. But if somebody were in, let's say, Florida with 80% humidity and 80 degrees, still probably going to wait 72 hours before this thing fully cures. So, got to let it dry. Once it's dry, you kind of have a choice. You can top coat it. Now, Lizardskin sells a top coat. It's kind of rubberized or got a flex agent in it, and it's got a sanded kind of texture to it, even though it comes in a rattle can. Now, the reason you would put that on is as underneath, if you were painting the underside of the tub, rocks and stuff are going to hit this, gives it a little extra layer of protection. If you were going to just lay a rubber mat inside here, maybe at just the floor wells, you would want to spray their top coat because it's got that texture, and that way when your feet are on it, it's not going to slide. Particularly if it's wet after it's rained, if you got an open top, or if you're going through a creek bed and the whole thing's going to get flooded with water. And it does make it a little bit easier to clean up. When I was talking to Mark, he told me his brother did his Jeep, and he top coated it the same color as the body and then put the rubber mats in and is doing fine. So you can use regular paint. I'm not sure I would go rattle can, but you can do what you want. Now, one thing you might notice is there is a difference in texture between the cups that I was using, and a lot of it has to do with the direction I was spraying. I sprayed this whole section here going this way, and then you can see where I got the next can in here, and so you do get a little bit of a difference in how it lays down depending on the wind blowing, right? Because if I'm spraying this way, you're going to get well, actually I sprayed this way, and you're going to get a little bit of an overspray haze from coat 1 to coat 2. So is it a mirror finish? No, you're not going to get that with this product, at least the way I'm applying it. Maybe you're better at it than I am. But overall, I'm thrilled. I mean, no echo anymore. Yay. I mean, listen to the cowl here. I mean, that's like knocking on a door. So overall, thrilled with the results. Gonna roll it out here probably tomorrow and top coat it with the turquoise blue. Particularly, some of this stuff up here might be exposed. So I'm going to go ahead and top coat it just for that extra layer of protection. But let's face it, this tub is not going to rust from this side anymore, ever again. It's got 2 coats of primer, 2 coats of Lizardskin sound deadening, and then 2 coats, I'm up to 6 now, with the ceramic. Man, if I put a coat or 2 of the blue on top of this, you know, there's nothing going to get this tub rusted from this side. Maybe from the bottom up, but not from the top down. Now, that gets to a good point on the prep. When I was talking with Mark, he's like, yeah, you got to make sure all the rust, if you're sealing, particularly if you're doing top and bottom, you have to make sure there's absolutely no rust in your seams on the truck, because you're going to trap that in there with some moisture, and that rust will continue to grow. So you got to make sure you got a rust-free tub, particularly if you're sealing it from both directions. So make sure they're rust-free and dry. So overall, thrilled with the results. I mean, it's like knocking on a wooden door. It's pretty impressive. Thrilled with the results. I hope you enjoy these videos and it gives you some inspiration to give this a try yourself. Trust me, if a Polish guy from Phoenix can get this stuff on here and it comes out decent, you probably can do better. You certainly would be hard-pressed to do worse. It's not a rocket science, hey, I need a spray booth and all that kind of stuff. I think the main thing is just having a compressor that can provide enough air and some time to do it, and a lot of plastic to keep the boat and the cars from getting a little spatter on it. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the videos, and remember, Broncos were made to be driven, not sit in garages.